Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. Talking to you guys today about why you'll accomplish your goals a lot quicker on semen retention, and why certain women will fall in love with you while you're on retention if that's what you want. If you've ever wanted a woman to, let's say, like you to the point where she might be obsessively thinking about you, and let's say she's obsessed with you, if that's really what you want if those are the feelings you want to make from a woman, then what you're really, because the problem is, a lot of guys can get attraction, they can be attractive to a woman, but to keep attraction and have her in a way where she's literally where you're like where she's kind of obsessed with you, then it's gonna take a certain amount of skill, effort, and a little bit of patience. Because the thing is, a lot of guys can get attraction, but to keep attraction, to get her obsessed with you, it's gonna take a little bit more from your end. And to do this, what you're gonna have to do is you're just gonna have to be a catch. You're gonna have to have something going for you. You're gonna have to be a little bit charismatic. You're gonna have to be a little creative. You're gonna have to be a little bit of a savage. You're gonna have to take risks. You're gonna have to take a little bit chances. You can't always play it safe if you want to have real attraction from a woman where she can't stop thinking about you and she is like obsessed with you. In order to do this, one, become a catch. Two, going on retention helps because it helps you not care as much. The reason why I say this is when you go on retention and you work on yourself and you have things going for yourself in your life, and you're basically trying to, let's say, manifest something, so you're steadily working towards it, and it might be the only thing that you may think about in certain situations. What's going to happen is, since your energy is on that, you're going to have less time to be focused on real life BS. And this is very attractive to other people, because a man who's focused on his core desires and his core intentions, and he really wants to make something of himself, is very attractive. And semen retention helps you become non-needy. If you're needy and you're always thinking about her and you're always saying, what if I do this, and you're always in a head spin and you're obsessively thinking about her too much, then the chances of you pulling her are going to be second to none, because women like what they can't have. If you're too available, if you care too much about what's going to happen, you're probably not going to pull her as much as you not caring about what she really wants. This is how you create sharp and prime attraction in any woman. So you have something going for yourself, you don't care as much. And now, the moment you start spending time with her, you're going to have to do things a little bit in a specific way. You're going to have to talk to her in a certain way where you try to talk to her. You talk to her in a specific way where you're sharing, let's say, experiences with her. And at the end, to the point where you guys are sharing something together, and it's bringing up a past, let's say, situation in her life, and you're making her feel a certain emotion. Maybe it was a time her dog died or something, and you're talking about it, and then you reference that point to something that happened to you, and you make a deep connection with that. What's going to happen is there's this thing called push and pull. You start talking about something that you both can connect on. You start talking about it. You start making you start having some feelings, you start just making some very broad assumptions, and you just start talking about it, and you make her feel a certain way while you're talking to her, and then you stop talking to her about that situation, and then you talk about something completely different. Maybe it's even something logical. So you're talking about, let's say, the time that both of your dogs died, and then you stop in the middle of it and they say, nice shoes, by the way, where'd you get them? But the thing is, because you made that that emotion of you were talking about her dog and you were making her feel a certain way, she's gonna want to feel more, because women like to feel sort of emotions when you're talking to her. And now she's gonna she wants that dopamine rush where she got from you were talking about something that she cared about, aka her dog. And now since you stopped talking about it, she's gonna realize, I like the way that made me feel, I want some more of it. And then you basically eliminating that and making her talk about something else, something logical, makes her want to grab on a little bit harder, and makes her anticipate what you're gonna do next. And this is pretty much it. So you give her, you're a good conversationalist, you talk to her about things that she really cares about and she really has a deep feeling and yearning for, maybe her passions, her desires, something that you both share in common. This is called deep rapport. You talk about it, you let the dopamine run through her brain, run through your brain together, and then you stop talking about it, and then you talk about something totally different that's not as appetizing, that's not as a good conversation. You keep doing this over and over again. What's going to happen is she's going to create an emotional bond with you. She's going to create an emotional bond. And once she can create that emotional bond, she's going to realize this man is giving me a very sporadic and deep emotions every time he talks about something specific like this. And I don't really get that from anybody else. I only get it from him. So I'm going to try my hardest to be around him the more so I can feel those emotions every time I talk about him. A lot of guys think that attraction just is about how you look, what kind of shoes you have, all that things. And on the surface, that's what it may seem like. But when it comes down to it, it really is about how you carry yourself and how you're making her feel every time you're with her. That's it. This is why there's some dudes who are not as attractive and not as good looking, but are still pulling dimes because they figured out the signs of attraction. I mean, and also when you go on retention, this is gonna make things a lot easier for you, because like I said, you're becoming non-needy. You're detached from the outcome, and you really just don't care what really happens. You could care less. The less you care, the more she cares, the better it is for you. But the more you care and the less she cares, then it's pretty much a lose-lose for you. And when you go on retention, all of this becomes a lot easier. It becomes a lot easier because now you know that the more busy you are with your life, the more intentional you are about your life, the easier it is to pull women and be successful, because you're not as detached to the outcome. The difference between a lot of guys who become successful and the guys who don't become successful is because of their attachment to how it's going to happen. They're attached to how the money's going to come in. They're attached to how I'm going to do this. They're attached to how I'm going to do this. They're going to build up a wall from themselves and literally have no way of getting over that wall, and they're always going to be stuck behind that wall. But a man who has faith and who knows and who really is detached from the outcome and knows everything is naturally for him, and knows that if he lets outside forces help him in his situation, he can get over anything. He will have power in any situation. But it all comes down from being detached from the outcome and knowing what you're worthy of your desire. Because a lot of guys go on retention and they start realizing, this is what I've been giving up my entire life, and now that I harnessed it, I can really. When you go on retention, you're literally manipulating the most powerful and potent energy in all of the world to help you get your chorus desires and fulfill your basic and most and your deepest, let's say, desires by utilizing retention. So I mean, retention, anybody can say anything they want about retention, but it really helps you become the man that you really are destined to be. So yeah, when you go on semen retention, you will attract and you will keep and you will get certain specific women obsessed with you if that's really what you want from life. So like, comment, and subscribe below, and we will see you in the next video.